afternoon, everybody. You're all very welcome to this afternoon's conferring ceremony here in the Convention Centre. A special welcome to all our graduates and congratulations to you all. Today is the culmination of all your hard work, so you should be very proud of yourselves to have got this far. I have just a few housekeeping announcements before we start. Just to let you know, the event is being live streamed, so we would ask you to check that your mobile phones are turned off or on silent. During the ceremony, you'll be asked to recite the graduate declaration, and it's in your booklets. The Deputy Vice-Chancellor for Academic Affairs will lead you in that recital, so we'd ask you just to say it out loud and clear. It's a really nice part of the ceremony. When your name's called to come up and receive your parchment, you'll come up on the left-hand side here, my left. You'll go over to the middle, where you'll be meeting the NUI Chancellor and the RCSI President, who'll present you with your parchment, and you'll get a photograph taken with them. And then you go off on the right-hand side, and our events team will help you back to your seat. Finally, we would ask that you remain in the auditorium for the duration of the ceremony, and we wish you a lovely day and hope you enjoy yourselves. And I'll be back in a few minutes to ask you to be upstanding for our academic procession. Thank you. Can I ask you all, please, to be upstanding for the academic procession?
Please be seated. Good afternoon. I'm delighted to welcome you, our guests and graduates, to the RCSI University of Medicine and Health Sciences conferring ceremony. Before declaring open the ceremonies of RCSI and the National University of Ireland, I'd like to first introduce the platform party. At the table to the front of the stage is Professor Laura Vianney, President of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, and Dr. Maurice Manning, Chancellor of the National University of Ireland. And then on the stage from your right, Dr. Patrick O'Leary, Registrar of the NUI, Ms Orla Keegan, Head of Education, Research and Bereavement Services of the Irish Hospice Foundation, Professor Eva Doherty, Director of Human Factors and Patient Safety Studies at RCSI, Professor Kieran O'Boyle, Director of the RCSI Centre for Positive Health Sciences, Dr. Trudy Meehan, Director of the Professional Diploma in Positive Health at the Centre for Positive Health Sciences, Professor John O'Byrne, Director of the Master of Surgery MCH by Module and Director of the MSc in Advanced Clinical Practice, Ms Lisa May Gregory, Head of Registry Services at RCSI, and then from the Graduate School of Healthcare Management at RCSI, Mr Dermot O'Flynn, Programme Director in the Professional Diploma in Clinical Leadership, Dr Siobhan McCarthy, Programme Director in the MSc Quality and Safety in Healthcare Management, Dr A.G. Nichet, Programme Director in the MSc in Healthcare Management, and Ms Sarah MacDonald, Executive Director of the Graduate School of Healthcare Management, Mr Ewan Friel, Managing Director of Healthcare Management at RCSI, Ms Noeline Blackwell, Honorary Doctorate recipient this afternoon, Professor Hannah McGee, Deputy Vice-Chancellor for Academic Affairs, and my name is Cathal Kelly, Vice-Chancellor of RCSI. RCSI degrees are under Irish legislation and are also degrees of the National University of Ireland. I now invite the graduates to stand and I call on the Registrar of the NUI to formally open the ceremony.
Universitas Hiberniae Nationalis Pre Honorabilis Cancellariae Totaque Universitas et Comitiae Universitariae Oda Convocatas sunt und hec Molieres maxime exime et hi viri maxime eximi ad gradus academicos admittantur. This is a meeting of the National University of Ireland for the purpose of conferring degrees and other qualifications. The graduands will be presented by Professor Cathal Kelly, Vice-Chancellor, RCSI University of Medicine and Health Sciences, and the degrees and other qualifications will be conferred by Dr. Maurice Manning, Chancellor of the National University of Ireland.
This is a meeting of RCSI University of Medicine and Health Sciences for the purpose of conferring degrees and licentiates. I will present the graduates in my role as Vice-Chancellor, and the degrees will be conferred by Professor Laura Vianney, President of RCSI. I now declare open the conferring ceremony for the awards of degrees of RCSI University of Medicine and Health Sciences, and I invite our Deputy Vice-Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Professor Hannah McGee, to come forward to the lectern to recite the graduates' declaration with you.
I'm very pleased to be here to celebrate you and your achievements on this special day. The RCSI Graduate Declaration, which you will recite together, is a commitment to the highest standards of professionalism and ethical practice in your career as taught during your studies in RCSI. It gives me great pleasure on this special day to invite all of you graduates to recite together after me the declaration, which is located on page 11 of your conferring booklet. I acknowledge my position at the forefront of my field of learning and scholarship. I understand my responsibility to use this learning to contribute and lead in my community. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will uphold the highest ethical standards and demonstrate unwavering academic integrity in my chosen profession. I will respect any confidential information that is entrusted in me. I will not permit considerations of age, disease or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to interfere with my duties in my chosen profession. will not use my knowledge to violate human rights or civil liberties, even under threat. I will respect the hard-won scientific gains of those in whose steps I walk and gladly share such knowledge with those that follow. I will promote the highest standards of practice, lifelong education, and research in the interests of human health. And I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honour. Thank you.
I now invite the graduates for the professional certificate only to remain standing. We now commence the presentation of professional certificate in children and loss, and I invite the Chancellor of the National University of Ireland to admit the graduates.
Ego autoritata mihi concessa, presente vobit certificationem post-baccalaureatum in scienzae nos commendi.
I now invite the President of RCSI to admit the graduates.
By virtue of my office as President, I admit you graduates.
Now I invite Mr. Dermot O'Flynn, Programme Director at the Graduate School of Healthcare Management, to come to the lectern and introduce the individual graduates receiving the professional certificate.
The Professional Certificate in Children and Loss programme is delivered in partnership with the RCSI and the Irish Hospice Foundation and awarded by the RCSI and NUI. I now call the following graduates to come forward. Eileen Burkhall, Anya Buckley, Gemma Byrne, Jessica Callaghan, Maura Casey, Alan Clark, in absentia, Siobhan Clark, Bruna Coggins, finish my arms. Trudy Conlon, Fanula Curry, Sarah Davis, Breda Fallon, Rachel McCarthy, Regina McCrae, Loretta McDonough, Evelyn Murphy, Felicia Murphy, Anne Nevin, Gwyneth Nichol, Catherine Thomas, and that concludes the presentation of certificates.
We now continue with the presentation of professional diplomas, including the Professional Diploma in Clinical Leadership, in Leading Digital Health Transformation, and the Professional Diploma in Positive Health. I would invite the graduates to please stand. I now invite the Chancellor of the NUI to admit the graduates.
Ego auctoritatem mihi concessa, presento vobis certificationem post-baccalaureatum in scientia nos commendi.
I invite the President of RCSI to admit the graduates.
By virtue of my office of President, I admit you graduates with a professional diploma.
Mr Dermot O'Flynn will now introduce the graduates for the Professional Diploma in Clinical Leadership and the Professional Diploma in Leading Digital Health Transformation.
Iman Abdul Hadi, in absentia, Bashir Abdul Hadi. Well done. Suhale Al-Shiba, in absentia, Fermidea Ali, Reem Al-Rakia, Kanmal Anwar, Deirdre Arnold, Deborah Ball, Bernadette Brady,
Well done. Congrats.
Fiona Brennan,
Congratulations.
Sarah Casey, well done.
Well done. Congrats.
Declan Connor, well done, Declan. Lucy Cunningham,
Lucy, well done. Congrats.
Angelina Faraday,
Angelina, well done. Congratulations.
Catherine Flaherty,
Catherine, well done. Congratulations.
Anya Fox,
Well done. Congratulations.
Rachel Geronimo, hey, well done.
Well done. Congratulations.
Farija Hussain, Lorraine English,
Well done. Congrats.
Sarah Kathir,
Well done. Congratulations.
Mary Kelly,
Well done. Congrats.
Mary Kerwin, Shankar Lal,
Well done. Congrats.
Hiba Lampoon,
Well done. Congratulations.
Charles Leahy,
Charles, well done. Congrats.
Chloe McDermott,
Well done. Congrats.
Emmanuel McGrath, Marion Mulcahy,
Well done. Congrats.
Kate Murphy,
Yes, well done. Congratulations.
Mary Murphy, Farah Mustafa,
Well done. Congratulations.
Prudi Nicola Imafu, Sarah O'Connor, Orla O'Hare, John Paul Urano, Christine O'Shea McCarthy,
Well done, Christine. Congrats.
Patricia Packman, Lisa Paul,
Well done. Congrats.
Marie Rockford,
Well done. Congrats.
Chanel Samoudi.
No, well done. Congratulations.
Michelle Scott. Right.
Well done. Congrats.
Al Batul Shinawi. Mark Anthony Singson.
Mark Anthony, well done. Congrats.
Mary Frances Stamp.
Well done. Congratulations.
Lorraine Stenson. Marcus Tormey.
Marcus, well done. Congrats.
Aurel Vatman Uk.
Well done. Congrats.
Rachel Whelan.
Rachel, well done. Congratulations.
And now the Professional Diploma in Leading Digital Health Transformation. Hussam Alzir.
Well done. Congratulations.
Bitra Balan.
Well done. Congratulations.
Laura Brady.
Well done. Congratulations.
Etna Downey. Grace Bisimo.
Grace, well done. Congratulations.
Sarah Lovick.
Okay, well done. Congrats.
Kieran Lynch.
Well done. Congrats.
Sharon McErleen. Tamlin Muller.
Well done.
Kirat Korban. Ruben Renjit.
Well done. Congrats.
John Oliver Sabater. Jane Shanahan.
Congrats. Well done.
Produku Solomon.
Congrats. Well done. Well done.
Luke Tyrrell.
Well done. Congrats.
Els van de Velde.
That's well done. Congrats.
This concludes the presentation of professional diplomas in the Graduate School of Healthcare Management.
I now invite Dr. Trudy Meehan, Director of the Professional Diploma in Positive Health at the Centre for Positive Health Sciences at RCSI, to come forward to introduce the candidates receiving the Professional Diploma in Positive Health.
I will now call on each graduate to come forward to receive your parchment. Shahad Al-Nakbi. Neve Bates.
Well done. Congrats.
Janet Benson, in absentia. Sharon Brady.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done.
Yvonne Brady.
Yvonne, well done. Congrats.
Deirdre Byrne.
Deirdre, well done. Congratulations.
Stacey Carter.
Stacey, well done. Congrats.
Frederick de Auber, in absentia. Karen Degnan.
Well done. Congrats.
Siobhan Denning.
Well done. Congrats.
Katrina Dixon.
Well done. Congrats.
Fiona Donnelly.
Well done. Congrats.
Teresa Donoghue. Margaret Gann.
Well done.
Moira Geary.
Well done. Congrats.
Miriam Halley.
Well done. Congrats.
Rachel Hamilton.
Well done.
Niamh Hayes.
Well done. Congrats.
Teresa Hogan.
Well done. Congrats.
Agnieszka Gemiola.
Well done. Congratulations.
Clodagh Keating.
Well done. Congrats.
Siobhan Kelleher.
Well done. Congratulations.
Breda Mullenny.
Well done. Congrats.
Natasha Meehan. Anne Mulkeen. Lorraine O'Donnell.
Well done.
Norma O'Keefe.
Well done. Congratulations.
Maria Rorato.
Well done. Congratulations.
Mary Salmon.
Well done. Congrats.
Muna Sharif. Leo Tiernan, Fiona Whelan Ryan,
Well done. Congrats.
and that concludes the presentation of the professional diplomas.
We now continue with the presentation of postgraduate certificates in leadership and innovation in healthcare and quality and safety in healthcare management. I invite the graduates to please stand. I invite the Chancellor of the National University of Ireland to admit the graduates.
Ego auctoritata mihi concessa, presento vobis certificationem post baccalaureatum in scientiae nos commendi.
I invite the President of RCSI to admit the graduate.
By virtue of my office of President, I admit you graduates with the postgraduate certificate.
Mr. Dermot O'Flynn from the Graduate School of Healthcare Management will introduce the graduate for postgraduate certificate from the Graduate School.
I will now call out on each graduate to come forward to receive their parchment. Ashma Al-Makad Ali. No. In absentia. Razi Shak. No. Karma Ryan. And that concludes the presentation of the postgraduate certificates.
We now proceed with the conferring of postgraduate diplomas. Would the graduates for postgraduate diplomas please be upstanding? Pre honorabilis cancellariae, totaque universitas, presento vobis has meas filias et hos meas filios, quos sim tamoribus, quam doctrina habiles, et esse qui admitter ad diploma post baccalaureatum in sanitas cura tractanda, etc., idique tibi fide mea testor, expondeo totaque academiae. I invite the Chancellor of the NUI to admit the graduates.
Ego auctoritata mihi concessa, admitto vos ad diploma post baccalaureatum, diploma post in sanitatis cura tractanda, etc.
I invite the President of RCSI to admit the graduates.
By virtue of my office of President, I admit you graduates with a postgraduate diploma.
Professor Eva Doherty, Programme Director of Human Factors in Patient Safety, will now come to the lectern to call forward the graduates receiving the postgraduate diploma in Human Factors in Patient Safety.
I'll now call on the graduate to come forward to receive their parchment. Mai Abusod, in absentia. Bibi Bassa. Sarah MacDonald, in absentia. Ewan Ross, in absentia. Mohammed Yusuf. That concludes the presentation of postgraduate diplomas for human factors and patient safety.
I now invite Dr. Siobhan McCarthy, Programme Director in the MSc Quality and Safety in Healthcare Management, to call forward the graduates from the Graduate School of Healthcare Management receiving their postgraduate diplomas.
I now call upon each graduand to come forward to receive your parchment, the Postgraduate Diploma in Healthcare Management. Simon Connolly. Carol Farrell. Prashant Malishapa. Maria Arlita Patalingu. Parane Ramaswamy. Gulam Riza, in absentia. Michelle Savage. The Postgraduate Diploma in Quality and Safety in Healthcare Management. Katrina Fay in absentia, Helena Lyons in absentia, and Rangini Matsuru. Brian Murphy in absentia, and Maureen Tierney. The Postgraduate Diploma in Loss and Bereavement, Angela Al-Zafar. Raymond Boyle. Stuart Geelan. Annette Hardyman. And Christina Warnock. That concludes the presentation of postgraduate diplomas.
For the award of the degree of Master of Surgery, MCH by module, I invite the graduates for the degree of Master of Surgery, MCH, to be upstanding as I present you for conferring. Pre honorabilis cancellariae, totique universitas, presento vobis hanc meam filiam et hos meus filios, quos sim tam moribus, quam doctrina biles et esse qui admittor ad graduam magisteri and chirurgiae, idique tibi fide mea testor, expondeo totique academiae. I invite the Chancellor of the National University of Ireland to admit the graduates.
Ego auctoritata mihi concessa, admitto vos ad gradum magisterii in chirurgia.
I now invite the President of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland to admit the graduates.
By virtue of my office of President, I admit you graduates of the Master of Surgery.
Professor John O'Byrne, Professor of Orthopaedic Surgery at RCSI and Director of the Master of Surgery MCH programme, will now come to the lectern to introduce the graduates.
I will now call on each graduate to come forward to receive your parchment. Ahmed Abdel Fattah El Tomel Hussein Ahmed. Yasser Bashir in absentia. Jack Bell in absentia. Kenneth Green. Obila Ryan Jaya Samraj. Jenny Kearns. Gia Lead. Connor Ledingham. Ashwin Kaur Tarvinder Singh Mukha. Khalid Munir. Patrick O'Donoghue. Amira Sihag. Laura Staunton. Ming Yao Jonavan Tan, in absentia. Dylan Vianney Walsh. That concludes the conferment of the Master of Surgery MCH by module.
For the award of the degree of Master of Science, MSc, I'd ask the graduates for the degree of Master of Science to please be upstanding. Pre honorables cancellariae, totaque universitas, presento vobis has meas filias et hos meas filios, quos omnomnes qui tam moribus, quam doctrina biles et esse, qui admittor ad graduam magisterii scientiae, idique tibi fide mea testor, expondeo totaque academiae. I invite the Chancellor of the NUI to admit the graduates.
ego auctoritate mihi concessa, admitto vos ad gradum magisterii scientiae.
I invite the President of RCSI to admit you.
By virtue of my office of President, I admit you graduates of the Masters of Science.
I'm now delighted to invite Professor John O'Byrne to come to introduce the graduates for the Master of Science in Advanced Clinical Practice.
I will now call on each graduate to come forward to receive your parchment. Aoife Carolan. Mohammed Ella Bouch. Maud Harry bin Maud Lassim. Tivashni Naidu. Kesakotse Soko Sait Sukulo. That concludes the conferment of Master of Science in Advanced Clinical Practice.
For the award of the Masters of Science in Healthcare Ethics and Law, Professor David Smith, Director of the MSc Healthcare Ethics and Law Programme at RCSI, can't be with us today, sends his best regards to the graduates. So I will now call each graduate to come forward to receive your parchment. Louise Broderick, in absentia. Rachel Brown. Jonathan Clark. Ruth Comber. Mary Cooney. Ashraf El Tayeb Zain El Badin El Mahadi. Carlos Sebastian Gracias. Carol Guinan. Simon Horn. Maria Jackman Burke. Siobhan Keane. Evelyn Marr. Chandar Parkash Maheshwari, Natalie Mahan, Lauren McCausland, Angela McSweeney, Stephanie Murphy, Geraldine Nocton, Martin O'Reilly, Breda Purcell, Hind Zaidan, That concludes the conferment of Master of Science in Healthcare Ethics and Law. I now invite Professor Eva Doherty to come forward to introduce the graduates for the Masters of Science in Human Factors in Patient Safety.
I'll now call on each graduate to come forward to receive your parchment. Claire Brown. Fiona Bush. Fiona Byrne. Sinead Edney. In absentia, Ruth Kavanagh. Megan Marr. Teresa McCourt. Fidelma McSweeney. And Pradeep Mukherjee. Well done. That concludes the conferment of the Master of Science in Human Factors and Patient Safety.
For Masters of Science from the Graduate School of Healthcare Management, I now invite Dr. Eddie Nichet, Programme Director at the MSc Healthcare Management at the RCSI Graduate School of Healthcare Management, to introduce the graduates.
I now call on each graduate to come forward to receive your parchment. For the degree of Masters of Science in Healthcare Management, Grace Adams. Hamad Al-Shati. Clement Anburaj. Abibat Taiwu Bello. Naomi Bergen. Sarah Bergen. Patricia Boyle. Sharon Boyle. Olivia Bradley. Jennifer Brennan. Sarah Kate Brogan. Gillian Carty. Cindy Chaco. John Chinaraju. Roisin Corcoran. Anne-Marie Croak. Natalie Donnelly. Niamh Donnelly. Katrina Ennis. Tara Feely. Fatima Faisal. Ashlyn Griffin. Noreen Hashim, in absentia. Linda Horan. Sinead Horan. Diana Joseph. Siobhan Kearns. Ksenia Karali. Joshua Kumba. Lucia Leo. Amy Lydon. Aileen Luttrell. Sinead McKay. Orla Martin. Niamh McDonough. Ciara Minahan. Bianca Moyes, in absentia. Niamh Milan. Dara Murphy. Grána ní hé. Michael Norton. Sinead O'Connor. Robert O'Farrell. Kevin O'Halloran. Hannah O'Keefe. Orna Jo O'Reilly. Chizoba Orge. Ciara Palmer. Veronica Quadu. Smita Rajan. Smita Raj. Dr. Sithul. Divya Stephen. Laura Sullivan. Una Sutton Fitzpatrick. Alexandra Tehan. Martin Verhey. For the degree of Masters of Science in Leadership and Innovation in Healthcare, Anas Al-Alwai. Maha Al-Mari. Johara Al-Kwahani. Sultana Al-Zahabi. Tabitha Berlow. Ronan Callanan. Anne-Marie Cox. Suzanne Cullen. Vivian Dick. Marion Dugan. Lisa Douglas. Jakub Gajewski. Salwa Gari. Catherine Geraghty. Christine Gibson. Sean Gilmartin. Kathleen Greeno. Claire Hyland. Shane Kinahan. Sinead Lawler Gaynor. Roisin McCafferty. Elizabeth Mary Marlisa O'Dwyer. Éanna O'Sullivan. Juliet O'Sullivan. Carolyn Phelan. Nessun Rowan. Sarah Al-Khwazmi. Colleen Stewart. Miriam Tyrrell. For the degree of Masters of Science in Quality and Safety in Healthcare Management, Safia Al-Hamadi. Fatima Al-Sad. Stephen Balagoom. Eric Behan. Sean Boyd. Shoni Chacko. Rory Dignam. Abir El-Dajani. Agnes Fabina. Paula Gavigan Cogan. Timothy Hanley. Breda Horan. Mustafa Hussain. Adebusola Johnson. Sarah Jones. Yasmin Jose. Karen Lydon. Janet League. Laura Maria Losada Vidarte. Niamh Isa Mary Maher. Tara McMahon. Karen Maguire. Celia Nigia. Peter Popinivanov. Nadine Ryan. Nachiket Shah. Sonia Valpalmuril. Faith Zinyemba. And now to the degree of Masters of Science in Loss and Bereavement. Juliana Crowley. Cathal Delaney. Joan Garvey. Dermot Lade. Ona McCardle. Edel Quinn. Fiona Sweeney. Sarah Wilson. And for the degree of Masters of Science in Loss and Bereavement Clinical Practice, Deirdre Callis. That concludes the conferment for the Masters of Science in the Graduate School of Healthcare Management.
Pre Honorables Cancellariae Totaque Universitas Caermonis Rite Confectus Quaeso Facius Finem Heus Convationis Universitariae. That completes the NUI conferring ceremonies.
Congratulations to all our new graduates. At this point, we now proceed to the award of Honorary Doctorate of RCSI University of Medicine Health Sciences. Today, we confer the award of Honorary Doctorate on Ms Noeline Blackwell, former CEO of the Dublin Rape Crisis Centre. I'm delighted now to invite the Honorary Doctorate recipient, Ms Blackwell, to take position on stage for the commencement of the Honorary Doctorate Award. RCSI established an Honorary Doctorate Award in 2011 to recognise excellence and to provide an inspiration to you, our students, on your graduation day. The awardees are exceptional people who've made a difference to the world through education, research or service. And we as RCSI staff believe that you, our graduates today, can also make a difference for good in the world. And we want, through hearing their stories and their words, to inspire and to challenge you on this your special day to make a difference. The doctorate will be conferred by the President of RCSI, Professor Laura Vianney, and it gives me great pleasure to invite the Deputy Vice-Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Professor Hannah McGee, to introduce the Honorary Doctorate awardee, Ms Noeline Blackwell.
President, it is with great pleasure that I introduce our candidate for the RCSI Honorary Doctorate Award, Ms Noeline Blackwell. Noeline Blackwell is a human rights lawyer dedicated to protecting and promoting the causes of the most vulnerable in Irish society. Noeline graduated from University College Dublin with a Bachelor in Civil Laws degree in 1976, and in 1977 she qualified as a solicitor from the Law Society. That same year, she won the Guinness and Mahon Prize for Tax and Commercial Law, and in 1979 qualified as an associate of the Institute of Taxation in Ireland. She first worked as an assistant solicitor in her hometown of Tipperary, and then built a successful business and practice in Dublin called Blackwell & Company Solicitors. In 2005, Noeline was appointed as Director General of FLAC, the Free Legal Aid Advice Centres, an independent human rights organisation that provides free legal advice and services for those living in poverty, and whose mission is, and I quote, to promote equal access to justice for all. During her 11 years as Director General, Noeline developed FLAC as a credible, authoritative organisation, ensuring the legal protection of the poorest and most marginalised in Irish society, particularly during the times of recession and austerity. Under her leadership, FLAC's human and financial resources grew to meet increased demand, and she developed the Human Interest Law Alliance, an initiative to link private firm legal expertise to legal leads organisations, working to promote social justice and human rights. In 2016, Noeline left FLAC to become the Chief Executive Officer of the Dublin Rape Crisis Centre, a voluntary organisation that works to prevent the harm and heal the trauma of sexual violence. During her time at the centre up to this autumn, she again used her legal skills to raise awareness, advocate for the rights of survivors of sexual violence, and contribute significantly to law and policy reform in the area. Noeline has been responsible for building and diversifying the centre to provide a holistic and effective service for those experiencing sexual violence, including increasing staff from 25 to 60 and tripling the budget during those times. During the COVID pandemic, she consistently highlighted evidence signalling increases in sexual violence and how the periods of isolation imposed by lockdown compounded vulnerability and trauma. Her many key achievements for the Dublin Rape Crisis Centre include the Irish Government's publication in June 2022 called Zero Tolerance Strategy to Tackle Domestic, Sexual and Gender-Based Violence, reflecting the ambitions of the Centre's strategic plan for 2016 to 2022. She has contributed to the reforms of the justice system to ensure greater access to justice and recognition of people's rights, including those trafficked for sexual exploitation. She also led research into greater access to justice for those who experience sexual harassment in the workplace. Formally launched in March of this year, she has started a long-term, survivor-informed campaign with novel research and expertise to expand the understanding of consent in Irish society. This is a dialogue that is already well underway in Irish higher education institutions, including in RCSI. We are invested in the consent agenda and in awareness raising and training in bystander interventions from the first year of our university students. And so we have much common purpose with Noeline's ambition for sexual health. Following the announcement of her retirement earlier this year, the Dublin Rape Crisis Centre said Noeline had led their organisation through, and I quote, a period of intense societal change where she has raised public awareness about the rights of victims and survivors, and through her skillful and persuasive advocacy has focused government and legislative attention on mitigating the impact of the trauma of sexual violence and rape. In tandem, Noeline's contribution to public bodies engaged in human rights throughout her career is also exemplary. Her achievements and her contributions have been recognised by many awards and honours, most notably Honorary Doctorates of Law from both UCD and Trinity College Dublin, the Metro Ireland MAMA Media and Multicultural Award 2012 for work on immigrant rights, the PILNET Pro Bono Lawyer Award in 2022, and the Irish Law Awards 2022 Lifetime Achievement Award. Noeline, we are delighted to invite you here this afternoon. You have truly been a driving force for human rights in Ireland, and we are very proud that you, as a most worthy candidate, have joined our special graduation ceremony to accept the highest academic award of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, the Honorary Doctorate in Science. And I now call on the President of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, Professor Laura Vianney, to make the award.
So by virtue of my office as President, it gives me great pleasure to award you an Honorary Doctorate of the Royal College of Surgeons. So congratulations, Noeline. Congratulations. I get you to sign the book here.
It now gives me great pleasure to invite our newest graduate, Dr. Noeline Blackwell, to address our graduate staff and students today.
President Professor Vianney, Dr. Manning, Professor Kelly, Professor McGee, Dr. O'Leary, distinguished guests, academics, family and friends of the graduates, and distinguished new graduates yourselves. For the privilege of speaking to you this afternoon, I am honoured and grateful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed, Professor McGee, for that very generous introduction of me to this. The honour is enormous. But first of all, to the new graduates, my heartiest congratulations to each and every one of you who have graduated here today and who have accepted your parchment, your certificate of graduation with justifiable pride for an achievement that has involved dedication, stamina, and your vision of the future. It is a credit to you, to your families, to your educators, to your colleagues, and to all those who contribute to this day. Your qualifications and understanding across leadership, ethics, patient safety, understanding bereavement and trauma are an important recognition by you and by RCSI as a University of Health Sciences that health and medicine are not mechanical scientific endeavours. Rather, your disciplines and studies have emphasised that science is multifaceted, particularly when it faces the complexity of people and the ordinary human being and the ordinary human condition, where building and strengthening and developing understanding of the right to health will provide a more equal society, more equal healthcare, and a more equal society for all of us. Today's award to you acknowledges the wisdom, knowledge, and experience you've gained during your studies. Your degree gives you choices you may never have had before and gives hope to the rest of us that the right to health, to equality of each one of us wherever we are in the world, will benefit from systems which are and which will become better, more open, more empathetic, and more respectful. And it is probably to that concept of respect that I'll give the rest of my time in this short period here to talk about my own experience. I have to say, when I qualified as a solicitor, and Hannah didn't have to mention the year, but she did way back, but when I qualified as a solicitor, I never thought I would end up working in health services. I thought my capacity to faint at the sight of blood, including my own blood, would disqualify me forever. But when I moved to work in the Dublin Rape Crisis Centre some 8 years ago now, I found, amongst other things, I was indeed CEO of a health service providing therapeutic and counselling services to a group of people who were victims and survivors of a particularly hidden form of violence. The last time I was involved with RCSI in a function capacity was 4 years ago this month, when RCSI kindly loaned your wonderful conference room up in York Street and other facilities to Dublin Rape Crisis Centre to allow us to mark 40 years of our existence as a centre. Two particular features of that day still stand out for me. The first was the recollections of those who spoke about being involved in the earliest days, 40 years ago. DRCC was founded in 1979 on the momentum of a number of terrible rapes and sexual assault cases, but also on the momentum of the feminist, then called Women's Liberation Movement, which was developing, where thousands of women were going out on marches to reclaim the night, saying they wanted to be able to wear what they want and to walk where they want without being subjected to physical or sexual assault. The energy of those marches, in old video accounts, was very high and should have resulted in real change. And yet, 40 years later, those early founders who spoke in 2019 had little or no nostalgia for the old days, the early days. Rather, they remembered a time when no one wanted to know. No one wanted to hear of the need for support or counselling for those who had experienced sexual violence. Worse, those who were campaigners often spoke to the press on condition of anonymity because their employers wouldn't like it known that they were involved in a topic like rape, or their families were reticent about their involvement. And as for money, neither government nor any other official agencies wanted to know, and often even those who donated from the public would only donate anonymously. Rape, sexual abuse, harm, crime was being committed, and official Ireland didn't want to know. The general public didn't want to know. And those who were subject to the harm, to the crime, were made to feel ashamed. They were blamed, they were silenced. They were required to carry their pain and an undeserved shame because of the combination of state, faith, and a general culture of tolerance and entitlement to those who carried out these harms and crimes. The second aspect of that conference that struck me forcibly that day and continues to remind me since was how important evidence was in turning that big tanker of public and official indifference. Your Deputy Vice-Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Professor McGee, spoke at that conference to remind us of the crucial work that she and her health science team had done when they devised and carried out the groundbreaking Sexual Abuse and Violence in Ireland report, which was published in 2002, having been commissioned by Dublin Rape Crisis Centre, and which, at the time we had our conference in 2019, remained the most comprehensive and authoritative study into the prevalence of this hidden form of violence and harm. That 2002 report, which beautifully condensed to be called the SAVI report, savvy in all senses of the word, we decided, provided firm objective evidence that nobody in officialdom could ever again deny the evidence established after rigorous scientific investigation that at that time 42% of women and 28% of men surveyed had been impacted by sexual violence. The health sciences, in combination with the rape crisis campaigners and with survivors of sexual violence, had irrefutably proved that sexual violence was a secret, violent, unacknowledged harm and crime in our society. It would be this year, 2023, before the state published its own survey, which came up with findings which were not dissimilar. The recent study was done in the context of a government that had expressed serious concern about sexual violence and lack of protection for those who experienced it. The 2002 SAVI report was born into a world that didn't care and, worse, didn't want to know. It was a world that before SAVI, didn't have the tools to carry out the investigations and that needed the determination and vision of health scientists in Professor McGee and her team, joined with the determination of the Rape Crisis Centre campaigners to bring reality and ultimately to bring hope and reform for those who previously were isolated and were shamed. We owe Professor McGee and the RCSI, together with the dogged rape crisis campaigners, a permanent debt of gratitude, which I acknowledge here today. But sexual violence, domestic violence, or other forms of gender-based violence, all of which are hidden for the most part, were not invented by SAVI, or indeed by rape crisis campaigners or feminists, or even by the RCSI. These forms of harm stem from centuries-old societal understandings and misunderstandings of power and entitlement, which allowed a judge in the High Court in Dublin 50 years ago this year to say, "A wife is a chattel, a thing, just like a thoroughbred mare or a cow." A society we had then was one that did not understand equality in the context of intimate relationships. A society where it was 1990 before the law acknowledged that a man could be guilty of raping his wife. A society where our literature, our songs, our faiths, our stories all told the story of women as property and put women, but also put men, into stereotypical boxes where they were obliged to play out roles of masculinity and femininity, which had little, if anything, to do with respect for other people, and which, in truth, didn't suit either women or men. This boxing in of people into stereotypes and restricted ways of operating led to abuse. Understanding of that, in turn, led to the building of the momentum which Professor McGee mentioned in the context of understanding consent, which is now growing more generally in our society and which has led to a long-term campaign in Dublin Rape Crisis Centre. We understand consent in so many contexts, but not in the context of sexual activity and relationships. The current debates need to build an understanding at a national level that we are all equal, that we are all entitled to respect, and that in sexual activity and relationships, no more than in any other facet of life, we have the right to give or withdraw consent, and the person with whom, or the people with whom we interact have similar rights. While it seems easy, it can be complex and nuanced, but that won't be much of a story to you, the new graduates here today. Many of you are very clear and comfortable with the complexity of consent. In the health sciences, you see the rights of people to give or withhold consent. You see the consequences of abuse of power. You see the need for respect for those for whom you will care, in their need to respect, in your need that they respect you as well, that there is a need for respect for your teams, in the still hierarchical structures that exist in so many of our institutions like law and medicine and health. And you also see the need for consent and empathy and understanding of human life in so many ways that you interact with human beings and where your education has given you additional tools to deal with it. When I was growing up, the phrase, have some respect for yourself, was not one which actually empowered people to have respect for themselves. Rather, it was a shaming of the person addressed. Similarly, a respected person in a community was often a person who was kept aside from abuse. Today, hopefully, the meaning of respect, the meaning of consent is becoming clearer and will continue to improve. Today, I hope that all of you who hear such a phrase recognize that indeed you are entitled to respect. So is everyone with whom you deal. In particular, those who are vulnerable because of their health or personal situation and call on your professional services, those particularly are entitled to your respect. You will learn so much from them. And from your learning, from what you now know of ethics and the right to health, I hope you too will be able to live up to your graduate declaration here today, that you will be able to bear witness, that you will be able to speak up, that you will be able to acknowledge those whom our society continues to hurt and ignore, those who are in the margins and those who don't fit easily into a particular box, those who are abused, those who are traumatized, those who are grieving. May you use your knowledge, your networks, your skills, your humanity to respect everybody and their rights. In so doing, you protect and respect your own. You also respect mine. I wish you every success and all the very best. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Dr. Blackwell, for your inspiring words, for your work over many, many years, and for the challenge that you've laid down for all of us today. It now gives me pleasure to go to the next section of the conferring ceremony and to invite Dr. Siobhan McCarthy, Programme Director of the MSc Quality and Safety in Healthcare Management, to announce the award winners for the Graduate School of Healthcare Management Awards. They'll be presented by our President, Professor Laura Vianney.
It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the next section of the conferring ceremony, the winners of the awards of the Graduate School of Healthcare Management. I will announce each of the awards in turn, together with the name of the award recipient. Once your name has been called, please come forward to the stage to receive your award from the President. The Professional Diploma in Clinical Leadership Highest Achiever Award is awarded to the student who achieves the highest overall mark in the programme. From the autumn intake, congratulations to Farah Mustafa. And from the spring intake, congratulations to Mary Kelly. The Professional Diploma in Leading Digital Health Transformation Highest Achiever Award is awarded to the student who achieves the highest overall mark in the programme. From the autumn intake, congratulations to Laura Brady. And from the spring intake, congratulations to Kieran Lynch. The MSc in Healthcare Management Highest Achiever Award ex Axio is awarded to students who achieve the highest overall mark in the programme. Congratulations to Kevin O'Halloran. And Hannah O'Keefe. For the MSc in Healthcare Management, Best Contribution in an Organisational Development Project is awarded to the student who achieves the highest overall mark. Congratulations to Kevin O'Halloran. The MSc in Leadership and Innovation in Healthcare Highest Achiever Award ex Aquio is awarded to students who achieve the highest overall grade in the programme. Congratulations to Leitha Douglas. And Roisin McCafferty. The MSc in Leadership and Innovation in Healthcare Best Contribution in a Dissertation Award is awarded to the student who achieves the highest mark. Congratulations to Lisa Douglas. The MSc in Quality and Safety in Healthcare Management Highest Achiever Award ex Aquio is awarded to the students who achieve the highest overall mark in the programme. Congratulations to Rory Dignam. And Petar Pavanov. And the MSc in Healthcare Management and Quality and Safety in Healthcare Management Best Contribution in an Organisational Development Project is awarded to the student who achieves the highest marks. Congratulations to Petar Pavanov. That concludes the announcement of the awards. Congratulations to each of you.
It now gives me great pleasure to invite the President of the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, Professor Laura Vianney, to address us.
Good afternoon, Chancellor NUI, Registrar NUI, Vice-Chancellor, RCSI, Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Academic Affairs, Directors, Managing Directors and Executive Directors of Postgraduate Academic Departments, Heads of Education, Research and Bereavement Services, the Irish Hospice Foundation, Professors of Postgraduate Surgical Education, Associate Director for Academic Affairs, academic colleagues, guests, particularly our new Honorary Doctorate, Dr. Noeline Blackwell, and especially to all of you, our new graduates. Today we celebrate over 600 graduates who we conferred with professional certificates and diplomas, postgraduate certificates and diplomas, Masters of Surgery and Masters of Science and Specialties. It has been my pleasure to preside over this conferring ceremony today and welcome you and all your families. The ceremony is a fitting recognition of the hard work and commitment that you've shown in your postgraduate studies over the last number of years. Your qualifications open up a world of wonderful opportunity as you continue on an exciting intellectual journey of lifelong discovery with leadership opportunities arising because of your demonstrated commitment to your career. We hope that the postgraduate education you've received in RCSI will instill in you a sense of curiosity, not only in your realm, but also in health sciences in general, in an international context. It is this which will not only enrich your life, but will also allow you to contribute further to society in meaningful ways. Medicine and health sciences, however, do face many challenges, and it is certain that all of you will work in increasingly complex healthcare environments where you will need to use all of the skills that you've gained during your postgraduate study here in RCSI. Healthcare professionals of the future will need to be adaptive to the constant expansion of medical and scientific knowledge and societal expectations in addition to regulatory change, all of which require a commitment to lifelong learning and an ability to adapt to the changing world that we live in. We hope that the award you received here today will give you a solid foundation to continue on this very exciting journey. I also encourage you to maintain the strong links you now have with RCSI and to form close bonds with those you work with and with one another. Increasingly, as we go forward, there will be an emphasis on teamwork and collaboration, which requires the ability to communicate effectively, demonstrate leadership, and acquire an understanding of the workings of the management and the administrative systems in which you will work. To this end, I encourage leadership from all as medical, scientific, and healthcare professionals. I also encourage empathy because despite the challenges facing science and healthcare throughout the world, the basis of all patient care is empathy. It is this which makes the profession we represent so rewarding. We are excited to have graduates today with postgraduate qualifications in positive health, clinical leadership, leadership and loss and bereavement. These qualifications will strengthen collaborations, bring additional perspectives and energy to teams in healthcare settings. Today marks the largest cohort of graduates to be conferred from the Graduate School of Healthcare Management Programmes. It is really wonderful to see such an expression of commitment to professional development among healthcare professionals. We are also delighted to celebrate the biggest cohort of graduates from the Irish Hospice Foundation to come through an RCSI conferring in our joint history. We are tremendously proud of the achievements of these graduates here today and all of you, and the continuing and ongoing partnership with all the different groups. We acknowledge today the commitment of the academic, clinic and professional staff who taught and supported you over the last number of years. It is their endeavours which have given you the skills to practice, which will allow you to make a significant contribution to the well-being of the communities in which you work all over the world. Most importantly today, we acknowledge your families and colleagues who have supported you while you work towards your qualification, and we hope that they are truly proud of your achievement today. For our visitors, as this may be your first contact with RCSI, you may be interested in understanding that RCSI constantly reflects on the healthcare needs of our society. It is the largest provider of health science education in Ireland, with approximately 2,600 first-degree students across medicine, pharmacy, physiotherapy, physician associates from Ireland and from over 60 countries from all around the world. We have over 1,000 registered postgraduate scholars and we have 30,000 alumni in 96 countries worldwide. We have a medical and nursing school in Bahrain, 2 medical schools in Malaysia, and our Graduate School of Healthcare Management and School of Nursing facilitates postgraduate learners from around the world through the RCSI online platform. This university, RCSI, is deeply committed to making a difference to patients' lives and to good health and well-being here in Ireland and globally. We are proud to be the highest-ranked university in the world for our contribution towards the 3rd UN Sustainable Development Goal, which is all about promoting the health and well-being of populations everywhere in the world. We are committed to developing healthcare leaders who make a difference worldwide. This is our ambition for all of you here today, as you join our other alumni who work worldwide. Let me congratulate you all our graduates again today. I wish you every success in your personal and professional lives. And I'm confident that the degrees awarded to you today will equip you well for leadership and inspiration opportunities in your future careers. I hope you have a lovely evening with your families and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, President. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the Chancellor of the National University of Ireland, Dr. Maurice Manning.
President, Vice-Chancellor, colleagues, friends, being the last speaker on a long day is to draw the short straw. And I realise that I am all that stands between you and a glass of wine. So I am going to be very brief. To be the last speaker also means that almost anything that can be said has been said. So I don't want to end up repeating the very eloquent remarks of early speakers because they covered most of the ground. So I'll just make 2 or 3 short, and I promise you, short points. First of all, this morning we conferred the 1,000,000th NUI degree, conferred in the ceremony here this morning. We didn't have a lotto as to see who the 1,000,000th would actually be. But for us, it's a marvellous attainment. The NUI began conferring degrees in 1910. In 1978, the NUI and College of Surgeons began their association. And it's an association which we in the NUI hugely value, and we're very proud of it. And we're very proud to have our association with surgeons because we see in surgeons an ambition, a huge competence, and a huge sense of compassion. RCSI never gets away from the core vocation of medicine, which is to care, to cure. And in so many ways, in so many innovative ways, it has been making a reality of those concepts over the last number of years. Now, I've had an association with the recently published history of RCSI. It's a beautiful book, a very handsome book, and I am recommending it to those of you who are new graduates to buy it because it tells the story of where the RCSI came from and why you should be proud to be RCSI people. And it tells the story from the earliest days, the many years of decline and even decay, and then the rebirth and the renaissance of our RCSI in recent years. It's a wonderful book, but more than that, for you, it gives you a sense of your roots, of where you're coming from, and what the values of RCSI are. And I can't say any more eloquently than that why you should be so proud to be RCSI graduates. And I congratulate you all today, wish you well, congratulate your parents on all the help they have given you, and hope you all have a very enjoyable evening. Could I also say I applaud RCSI's choice of Noeline Blackwell for an honorary doctorate. I have worked with Noeline for many years in different areas, but always in the interest of human rights, which has been at the core of Noeline's life. And I think that her very eloquent speech today, I think, impressed all of us. So I think you have chosen well in choosing to honour Noeline Blackwell here this evening. So, on the basis that nobody ever complains about a speech being too short, especially at this time of the day, I will conclude by congratulating you all, by congratulating your teachers here on having brought you through such a wonderful course, and wish you the very best in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chancellor, and can I just congratulate you and Registrar Dr. Patrick O'Leary on 1 millionth graduate. It's a remarkable achievement by an Irish institution. Can I take the opportunity too to thank my colleagues in the Graduate School of Healthcare Management, colleagues in the Centre for Positive Health Sciences and the Department of Surgical Affairs for the work they've done in getting you all to this level. And no one ever disagrees with the Chancellor, so when he says it's over, it's over. So that concludes the formal proceedings. I would like to, before we finish, invite you, our graduates, and your guests to join us for a reception outside. And if I could ask you to please be upstanding for the outward procession. Thank you.